because ultimately it's going to lead to something good. Then there was an incident that happened where a fight happened between some Muslims and some people from Quraysh, close to Mecca. And so the Muslims, there was a fight, there was a military engagement, small scale. So the Muslims actually defeated the people from Quraysh. The people from Quraysh, they said, oh, you were fighting us in the sacred months. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was clarifying here, He's saying, they asked you, O Prophet, about fighting in the sacred months. They said, okay, Muhammad, you claim to be following the religion of Ibrahim, but the religion of Ibrahim says there's no fighting in the sacred months. Okay, but it wasn't the sacred months, it was just a day or two before. So Allah is saying, this is how you respond to them. Say, fighting during these months is a great sin, right? But hindering others from the path of Allah, rejecting Him, and expelling the worshippers from the sacred mosque is greater sin in the sight of Allah. So Allah is saying, you Quraysh, they're saying, oh, fighting in the sacred months is haram, right? But killing the Muslims, expelling the Muslims, kicking the Muslims out of Mecca, trying to kill Muhammad, taking the wealth of the Muslims, that's not haram, right? That's hypocrisy. I'm saying that's hypocrisy. What are you talking about? Like, you've been killing Muslims, you've been doing all of this, you've been preventing people from worshipping Allah, and then, oh no, fighting in the sacred month is haram. It's just like someone, you know what? You say this Muslim is, there was this Muslim guy who was sitting with his friends, and they were drinking alcohol. Okay, so they were smoking weed and drinking alcohol. He's with them and he's enjoying it. He's drunk, completely drunk. So then they make an order and they get some pizza, and the pizza has pepperoni. It has ham in it, pork, right? So they give him a slice and he says, Astaghfirullah. Haram. I don't eat pork. Okay, you don't eat pork, but you drink alcohol, right? Haram is not, like alcohol is not astaghfirullah, but pepperoni, astaghfirullah. Come on, man. Come on, what's going on? Okay. So that's the thing.
Because it's programmed when he was a kid.
Yes, anyway. So you're contradicting yourself. So Allah is saying, okay, you guys are saying, okay, it's haram to fight in the sacred months. But you're preventing people from worshipping Allah. You killed early Muslims. You tried to kill Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You kicked the Muslims out of Mecca. All of this is okay. Like now you care about haram. Okay, so then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالْفِتْنَةُ أَكْبَرُ مِنَ الْقَتْلِ. And he's saying basically you know what you guys did, which is trying to push people away from Islam, is greater than killing them. Because when you kick someone out of Islam and you try to stop people from becoming Muslim, you are denying them paradise. But when you kill someone, you take their life in this world. Now both are bad. But what's worse is that you waste the chances of someone of going to paradise. So Allah is saying that's why, you know, this kind of trial or fitna is greater than murder. Then Allah says about them, about those disbelievers. Allah says about them, and they will not stop fighting you until they turn you away from your faith. So they fight you because of your faith. That's it. That's the reason. If they can. And whoever among you renounces their own faith and dies as disbeliever, their deeds will become void in this life and in the hereafter. It is they these people who will be the residents of the fire. They will be there forever. Then Allah says, surely those who have believed in Allah, emigrated, and struggled in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they can hope for Allah's mercy, and Allah is all forgiving, most merciful. So that's how Allah frames the whole thing. Allah is saying these people will fight you, they will always chase you, and they will try to kill you. So that's why you have to be able to defend yourselves. You have to be able to stand up for yourselves. You have to be a power. You have to be a power. All of this again revolves around what? Worshipping Allah. You want to worship Allah? Things are going to happen to you. So you have to deal with life. You have to be ready. Okay? So we'll stop here inshallah, and we will carry on next week. Bi-idhnillah ta'ala. Do we have any questions? Yep.
Is passive aggressive kind of like hypocrites?
Kind of what?
Passive aggressive is the hypocrites.
Absolutely, yes. Very good connection. Yes, very good connection. Why? Because hypocrites, they pretend that they are good, they are believers, but they are deep inside, they are disbelievers. So they're working, conspiring against you. So they're definitely passive aggressive. Very good observation. MashaAllah. Yeah.
Do we have any homework?
Do you guys want homework? You enjoy it?
Yeah.
Some people are traumatized from homework. I'll give you a homework. Islam has a ruling with regards to alcohol, which it's haram, right? It's haram. But at the beginning, it wasn't haram. So there were stages that alcohol, the ruling of alcohol went through. So I want you guys to prepare about that, okay? Because we're going to talk about it next week, inshallah. I know, even if you know it, keep it for next week, inshallah. But you guys, I want you to prepare. I want you to see the stages that the ruling of drinking alcohol went through. At the beginning, it was something, then later on, it was something was said about it, then another thing was said, then finally, it was made haram. So I want to go through this process. I want to see how it goes. Okay, any questions? No questions? Yeah. What verse we stopped at today? We are done with verse 218. So we finished 218. See guys, we're almost getting to the end. Almost going to the end. Okay, if there's no questions, we'll let you go. See you next week, inshallah. I'll bring more gifts, inshallah, next week. I'll have four gifts next week. Jazakumullah khair. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.